Howdy, my name's Dustin Siggety, and you might know me from the Mike's Camera blog. If you don't know, now you know, and you can check it out at mikescamera.blog. Like those articles, comment on those articles, share them around. I think it's pretty good content. If you think it's good enough, go ahead and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I'm here with you today on your screen because we've gotten an opportunity to test drive the new Sony α7C. That's the newest member of their popular Alpha lineup, and the smallest and lightest stabilized full-frame mirrorless camera in the world. That's pretty cool, I think. I'm kind of a compact aficionado. I started shooting mirrorless back in 2010 with the NEX5, specifically because it was a lot smaller than the average DSLR. I mean, look at my work laptop. This is a 7-inch screen. That's barely bigger than the latest Galaxy Note. So yeah, I like compact things. Anyway, let's dive right in. Without further ado, here is the camera itself. This bad boy's got a 24.2 megapixel backside illuminated sensor. If you're not familiar with backside illuminated technology, basically what it means is that you're going to get great low light performance because the actual electronics, the hot part of the sensor, have been moved to the back, which allows less interference with the actual light gathering process from the front side. Sony's claiming a 15 stop dynamic range, which is no surprise considering the performance of some of the other cameras in the α7 series. Featured also are in-body image stabilization, 5-axis on the sensor there, dust and moisture resistant construction, and, excitingly enough, a true vari-angle LCD screen, 3 inches touch responsive, and you can flip it around to hide and protect the screen. Powering it all, you've got a Z battery, the recently introduced Mega Battery, which is rated at 740 shots on the A7C. Using the electronic viewfinder, it reduces it a little bit, but you're still going to get great battery life with that behemoth of a battery, which plays nicely into this very deep, very positive grip. Speaking of depth, that's one of the only differences in size between the α7C and the very little brother, the α6000, which has been my daily driver. It's an APS-C size sensor, so much smaller, theoretically allowing a much more compact body, and yet, look how close those two are. Near as I can tell, the α7C is just a little bit deeper, a little bit thicker in the body, but otherwise identical size, and pretty comparable in weight. Basically anywhere you'd be comfortable carrying something in the α6000 series, you could easily carry the α7 with a huge bump in quality thanks to that full-frame image sensor. On the video side, you can get 4K video at 100 megabits per second maximum, 30 frames per second, full sensor readout, no pixel binning, downsampled from 6K to 4K output, so you're going to get some great quality video on there. And it's not just the sensor itself, they didn't skimp on the ports despite the compact size, with a mic jack, micro HDMI, USB-C for power, a headphone jack, plus the standard multi-interface hot shoe so you can use those Sony-specific microphones as well as their flashes. Pretty good interface on a pretty small body. Sony's also sent along the new 28 to 60 millimeter full-frame kit lens, because that 16 to 50 was just a little too narrow of an image circle to show up on a full-frame sensor. It extends the same way though, allowing a fairly compact lens to be even more compact when you're not using it. All of the stills and videos that you've seen and will see in this video will be shot using this 28 to 60 millimeter, except of course for the ones with the actual lens in the video. Other than to say one more time just how amazingly small and light this thing is, I think that's about enough talking about the camera. Let's go try it out. I won't be doing too much of this selfie style, but I figured since the A7C is going to be the first in the Alpha series to really seriously appeal to vloggers, at least at a full frame level, I better give it a shot, see how it goes. We can figure out how stable or not stable this footage ends up looking. That being said, don't judge it too harshly if it's not rock solid, because I'm using a pretty compact GorillaPod. Definitely one not meant for a full frame camera, but I think it's doing a pretty admirable job as a handle. That's kind of fun. Here we go. This is one of my favorite locations in Denver. It's hard to believe that there's still something so rural in the midst of this huge city. but it is truly a delight. I'm just shooting the auto video, 4K, 100 megabits per second. I did change the white balance to shade to get a nice look because I'm not super great at color grading yet, but I hope it looks good. For just a second I thought I had discovered a local lard producer, but yard sales are pretty awesome too. Nice sunset. Now that's exactly what I was hoping for. And a Colorado legend could join us. I had a nice walk, but I also took the α7C out into the field, literally into the eastern plains. So let's see how some of that footage turned out. This shot's not amazing, but I took it out of the window of a moving car to demonstrate what kind of stability you might expect in that situation. Less is more aesthetically, I say. No trip out east would be complete without a visit to the legendary Stubbs. Don't worry, the dinosaur still casts his watchful eye over all who visit. Everybody loves kittens. Let's see how the AF does. Actually, cats are great for this, so let's keep testing that autofocus system. Not today, kitty. Blam! Got it. All in all, not bad at tracking pets. Let's see how it does with a spirit in the woods. I shot still photos as well, of course. Some simple JPEGs. Let's take a look at how they turned out. Here are a few of the images I think turned out best from my time with the α7C. I really like how this road flowed together with the hood of my truck, but that's more compositional than anything to do with the camera itself. The smoke really made for some curious skies. Really crisp details here up close. Caught a nice dragonfly swinging through. Hello there! Even inside, shooting into daylight, we've got some nice crisp details. Look how that stone texture came out. A little bit of distortion towards the edges, but for a kit lens, sure looks good to me. Really happy with how this came out. With a little processing, this could look spectacular. Not as straight as I thought it was, but still pretty cool. You looking at me? So, final summary. What do I think of the α7C, having had a few days? I love it. If you had asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have thought this concept wasn't even possible. Now I think it's going to make some pretty big waves throughout the industry. So if you're a vlogger, traveler, can't have anything heavy around your neck, whatever the case, anyone who prizes a very high power to size ratio, definitely check this out. Starting late October, these are going to be available at mikescamera.com or at a Mike's Camera near you. But I think you're going to probably want to get your pre-order in as soon as possible, or you might experience some serious delays between ordering and actually receiving the camera. This is definitely going to be a hot item this year. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to stop by any of our stores, give us a call, shoot me an email, or drop a comment at the Mike's Camera blog, and I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.